What are the best teams and partners for Teq Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the brand new, long-awaited, long-anticipated Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini from the Dragon Ball Daima. He's finally released in-game, and in this video, we're going to break down his best teams, his best partners, a suggested hidden potential builds, and some of the best places to utilize him for maximum efficiency. So let's go ahead and let's hop in. We're not going to spend too much detail on this as we have countless videos going over his passive effects, but just understand that, right? For his entrance animation, you need demonic power or 5 superclass allies, so just make sure that that is active because it will provide him guard for 5 turns. He also has a general chance of critical hits, evasion, and damage reduction, 44% on each one of those, along with 2-turn support for demonic power and Dragon Ball Seekers, as long as you get the 12 key. On his 4th turn, right, this is his big turn. On turn 4, he gets attack 300% permanently, and then an additional 200% on top of that. So 500% attack on that active skill turn and a guaranteed critical hit. So basically, this is his big burst turn. You're building to his turn 4 or his turn 5 and popping that active skill, because once that turn 4 or turn 5 exits, right, because depending on what turn he starts on, right, once that turn leaves, he does not have that additional buff. So he's going to lose that 200% there. So you do want to make sure that you are utilizing him in fights where he can take full advantage of that turn 4 burst. He also has a great chance of countering Ki Blast supers, along with a guaranteed counter on the first one that happens within the turn. He also raises attack and defense for 4 turns, so a little mini stacker going on here, right? So as you can see, like, his major function is that turn 4 burst, and that's going to inform the teams and the partners that we build around him, right? So speaking of partners, if we flip over here to the Dokkan FYI, this is an amazing website, by the way. I will link it in the description. I always use it when analyzing units, trying to build teams and figure out who they work well with, because the website not only breaks down everything you need to know about the percentages and breakdown of different phases of the character's passive, it also breaks down the links and how much you're getting from it and who they can link with, sorted by category. All right, so for Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, we want to prioritize units that activate the most of these links, right? So Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Saiyan Roar, Shocking Speed, Saiyan Warrior Race, Kamehameha, and Fierce Battle, right? Totaling an 85% attack if we get it all up. And that's what we want to do. Maximize his attack, because that's what he's used for, right? That big turn burst. And as you can see, his actual best partners play into that very well. STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku can work in both short and medium long events, so he is an excellent partner for the Goku. Fizz Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, with the amount of support that's now coming into the teams that you would utilize him on, great partner for the new Goku. And Goku also activates his full power condition, so that works too. You also have the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who very likely will be getting an EZA by the end of this month, so there's also that. So that's for 6 links, right? So if you were to primarily use STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which most of my teams will center around here, right? You're talking about, right, 75% attack, because the only thing they don't share is Saiyan Warrior Race, which, I mean, if STR Goku's in slot 1, Daima Goku's in slot 2, you can utilize many of his other partners to get that boost, right, from Saiyan Warrior Race, such as like Daima Goku, because they share Saiyan Warrior Race, or like the I think he has, oh no, he doesn't have it. Who has it? Do they have it? I think they have it. No, they don't. Oh, I know. Where did it go? The Blues have Saiyan Warrior Race, but they are a 5-link partner, I believe. Oh no, here they are, right here. Yes, they are, right? 5-link partner. So they also give them Saiyan Warrior Race. So if you have these guys floating, they would activate that for him as well. So really, I mean, if you wanted to have all 7 links active, you could do it by utilizing both STR Goku and one of the characters here in his 5 link slots that shares Saiyan Warrior race. So, I mean, that's really what you want to do. But, I mean, even if you didn't have him, right, he's got a lot of good 5 link partners, right? Gogeta, Vegeta, the Blues, the 4s, Namek Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Broly, Gogeta once transformed. Like, these are all great partners for him and still viable in most of the current content. Even his 4 link partners, right? Vegeta and Trunks, in Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the Gods, right? The Year 10 LRs, right? Like, all of these guys work really well and are consistent in their usage. Even AGL UI Goku, right? Still very useful in these short contents. Beast Gohan, who is on his team and receiving support from him, right? This is, you know, it's great. He can be utilized very, all of these characters can be utilized very effectively to support him. He's even got 4 links with the other limit breakers who, and Super Saiyan 4s who are likely to easy A with the celebration here. Like the Bardock here, very likely going to be in the 3rd slot because that was his major design before. Gives him Saiyan Warrior race as well. I think the Vegeta does too, right? Oh no, he doesn't. That's surprising. Yeah, so like really good partners, right? The natural, which is sort of natural when you're dealing with these Saiyan links, right? Most of the characters in the game have these links, so really great link set, makes them very easy to build a team around. Speaking of teams here, right? If we want to go ahead and swap over, since we know we are going to focus on short content with these guys, not to say he can't be used in long content, but his short content is going to be his forte. Right, you can see here we have ours with a sort of mixed build, which will help the teams that he's going to be on. The mixed build prioritizes attack and additionals. We have a little bit of crit here, and that's just natural because that's what's coming out of the skill orbs, because we wanted to prioritize his attack skill orbs because we want to make the most of those that burst turn 4 with the maximum attack. So that's what we went with here for his. I'll give a full detailed explanation of this and other viable builds in a separate video, so be on the lookout for that. So with that in mind, let's take a look at some teams here. So one of the first teams we have built is the Daima team. The Daima team is actually pretty effective, right? Even with 2 major free-to-play units, right? With the Daima Goku, Glorio, the Super Saiyan Daima Goku, and the Pansy and Glorio free-to-play unit, along with Fizz Piccolo, right? Imagine that Fizz Piccolo is actually the mini Piccolo here from the banner. I didn't pull him. This guy here, I didn't pull him, so we're just using him in place here as a placeholder. So Fizz Mini Piccolo combined with that, like, this is actually a pretty solid team. You might have to use some items for some of the bigger supers, but it's still a functional team, which can take down many of the major fights. Another good team that would be a little more consistent, a little more powerful, right, because you're not relying on too many free-to-play units, is the second team here, which places the primary attack on both the Goku and the LR4s and the STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. They'll be doing the bulk of the damage while being supported from AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Glorio in the 3rd slot. Of course, this team gives you access to AGL UI for that revive and that quick turn 1 save if you need it, along with a giant form. So it's very useful team. About the only team that this fight that this team is probably going to struggle with is maybe the Rose and Zamasa, and that's only if Glorio gets lock slot 1. Everyone else here can handle slot 1, except maybe STR Goku, but he does have that 50% chance to counter if it does happen. So like it's kind of a non-issue. Another team that's very effective, once again utilizing majorly the Daima characters. Double Glorio still works, right? The 6-turn support, 50% support, very useful, combined with the support from everyone else on this team, means that Goku's going to be doing a heck of a lot of damage here, but he'll be your primary attacker on only 1 rotation. You could swap this out and place the 4s, the LR4s, or like Teq Vegito, or right AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You could place them in there in place of the free-to-play units, get a little further boost of them, but the primary thing here is utilizing all of these characters to boost Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so that kind of works. Another good team designed for sort of medium to long range events is under the Teq Vegito lead here. This team primarily focuses on fights like Jiren, fights like Broly, and the Shadow Dragons and the Dismal Future boss rush stages, right? Basically, your rotations are either AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku and the 4s, with Daima Goku, with the other rotation being Vegito and either AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku or the 4s. I do recommend probably keeping AGL Super Saiyan 4 with Daima Goku there, as it will work the best. And then your two floaters are the AGL Gogeta for when you're ready for that active turn, and then the Fizz Vegito. Now, obviously, with this setup, you're going past turn 5, and you're probably not going to get the maximum out of Daima Goku's attack, but it doesn't mean he's not usable. He's still going to be pretty effective with that 300% bonus there. All right, another great team. Don't recommend this team unless you're really going for that challenge run in Festival of Battles with the guy, but under the Vegeta and Trunks, you would basically run your typical four attackers for the Festival of Battles fight, and Daima Goku would be your floater until you're ready to stack him up for the 4 turns. He does link 4 links with the Vegeta and Trunks, so you can keep Vegeta and Trunks on if you really wanted to, but this was basically be under double Vegeta and Trunks because he doesn't currently share well, he does share, yeah, this is pretty much the only team he shares with Vegeta and Trunks, because they aren't on Earth Protecting Heroes. There is no primary Bound of Parent-Child lead, and he's not on the Blues lead, so this is pretty much what you would have to run in order to make this happen, because he's not going to work without Vegeta and Trunks in Festival of Battles. Like, he might live some of the normals, but he's definitely dying to the supers. Now, to be fair, the supers he can counter, so there is that. So that's why I'm saying you could try a challenge with him and maybe get away with it with double Vegeta and Trunks. Another great team, of course, is Giant 8 Power, the team we've been building all year long. Basically running your primary Giant 8 Power variants, right? Now you can swap in the Heroes Super Saiyan Force when they EZA, likely going to work well on this team as well. But this team is going to be very, very solid under the pretty much this team could honestly take on both short and long events, to be completely honest. Another great team to utilize for him allows for the usage of Daima Super Saiyan 3 Goku, very, very similar to the other Daima team. I just wanted to show that Daima Super Saiyan 3 Goku is on his lead and works very well with the amount of support that's coming his way, thanks to the Glorio, thanks to the Piccolo, and thanks to Daima Goku himself. And moving on, another great team. This is a more free-to-play center team. If you were missing a lot of these characters to build any of the team, you could honestly run this free-to-play team right here with the Daima Goku and Vegeta free-to-play characters. They have just EZA. They're very good for free-to-play EZAs. Not the best, but they're pretty good, along with the Pansy and Glorio. And this could this could easily be a team you could run. Daima Vegeta could be there to help cover slot 1, because that would be the main problem here. So there's not really any other slot 1 units to cover. But I mean, if you were using items, Goku could easily hold slot 1. Which, I mean, if you're using a primary free play team, that's probably what's going to happen. All right, another team to consider is similar to our second team that we showed. This team, but utilizing the AGL Kid Gohan. Now I bring him up because he is scheduled to get an EZA during the celebration. It'll come out next week, and very likely he's going to work to support the team as well. So slight variation on the team I showed earlier, but with AGL Kid Gohan, right? And it's very likely by the end of the celebration, you could utilize a team such as this here at the bottom with a full EZA team with the Limit Breakers, the Heroes Super Saiyan 4s, and Goku and Kid Gohan. And I imagine, right, if done correctly, this team could probably handle some pretty good content. So if you had these hero units, definitely could give this a try once they EZA. And then one one final team we have at the top here, right? Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then Kid Goku, Glorio, Piccolo, Mini Piccolo, and Path to Power Kid Goku. This team is primarily designed to boost AGL Kid Goku, who, I mean, already is good in his own right, and Daima Goku is also on his lead, so you could utilize that as well. But it is a pretty solid team, and the amount of support coming this way, and Daima Goku boosting Kid Goku for being on Dragon Ball Seekers makes a really, really good team. So honestly, I mean, I can't say much else. Like, there's just him, by the nature of him being a Saiyan character with some of the best Saiyan links, he's pretty versatile. There's a lot of teams he can go on, so I primarily focused on teams that utilize him as the lead. But of course, as you can see, we have things like Giant 8 Power and Kid Goku's team that also work very, very well. So the last thing I wanted to show you guys is the major events that you're likely going to use him in. Obviously, the Hybrid Supreme Magnificent Battle, he's going to function very, very well in, as a lot of them obviously he'll be able to take down a lot of them by his second appearance. However, right, that turn one could be a little rough, but that's why a lot of those teams that have characters that can manage slot one, either through dodging or whichever, right, he functions very well against the Tamagami fight, right, the new Tamagami fight against Tamagami number 3, being that he has type advantage against the boss, so he does very, very well there. Also, due to the nature of the counters, right, the hardest stage of this, right, he can counter most of the supers, right, against the Bardock squad, who the Bardock here, right, his is usually the one you have to watch out for. He can actually counter it here, so there's that. And then, of course, like as we said, special battle, he's going to dominate. And pretty much the only fight where he's really going to struggle is probably this fight and maybe the Broly fight, but he does have type advantage against the AGL Broly fight, so there's that. But Festival Battles, by nature of being 70 turns long, obviously not going to be good for a character that's only good for 4 turns. So that's why we designed the Vegeta and Trunks team. But just wanted to throw that out there as, you know, some of the major events you could utilize him with major effectiveness. And so, guys, that is it for the video. That is our recommendation on the best teams, link partners, and small hidden potential build for Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know what teams did you come up with for Daima Goku. Do you like any of the teams we shared here, or do you have any suggestions for builds that have worked for you? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.